Iowa.
Welcome, everybody, to a Sunday Night Live episode. If you're watching, great. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Then go ahead and like it. Leave some comments throughout the night. We would love to have your comments. If you're not watching the Iowa wrestling, you're not missing much. After 4 matches, they trail 14-0, and they're trailing in the 5th match right now.
That match is over. That's over.
It's over for sure. Even in matches we're favored, we can't win. Drake Ayala was upset big time tonight. Wasn't even close.
It's 17 now. It's 17-0 now.
Oh, I must be behind.
Yeah, you were, because I could tell by the way you were describing the action. You said he's almost on his back, and I go, no, they're standing up hand fighting.
Okay. All right, guys. Jason should be joining us here in a few minutes. He said he would be on after the Bronco game was over. My understanding is the Bronco game ended and they won. Maybe he's getting on a website or chat group to brag about his predictions for the. I don't know. I don't know where Jason is, but he should be here. Hopefully he'll show up and he doesn't forget again. Okay. All righty. Well, I wrote down a little bit of news. I'm sure that I'm going to miss some stuff. First of all, anybody wanting to know what's going on with what's her first name? Addison Bourne.
Addie Bourne, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. She is going to be deciding in the next couple days because she wants to sign on Wednesday. There is no hint one way or the other what her intentions are, and that just goes along with what's been going on with her the whole time. She's been very tight-lipped, so I'm not going to say one way or the other, whether she's leaning somewhere or leaning somewhere not. I'm just hoping that Iowa nabs her and gets her and that she sees fit to come to Iowa City.
She told Kyle, her family told Kyle Huseman that yesterday she didn't know where she was going yet. That's a tough decision for a young girl,
It is. But
and I don't know where Iowa stands.
Yeah.
Number 2, number 3, number 1. Nobody knows. And she'd like to do it. The last day to sign is Wednesday, and she said she'd like to be able to sign on Wednesdays.
Yeah, well, let's do hope. Still no Jason. What's that?
We'll let her sign.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, guys, I already updated you on the wrestling score. Sad news to report. Aiden Washburn, who was a kid captain for Iowa, I don't remember what year, but has passed away, sadly. And so usually a lot of those stories end up being good. This was a sad ending. If you guys know any more information about how old he was and when he was a kid captain, that would be great.
I think he was 9.
Was he 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
Prayers to the Washburn family.
What's that? Yeah.
Definitely.
Prayers
to the family.
Yeah. There wasn't somebody did publish an obituary. I believe Hawkeye Heaven did. Okay. Women's basketball won today. 74-41 over UNI. They got off to a slow start. And then they had an equally slow ending to the game. I mean, I think for the last 6 minutes, they scored 4 points in the last 6 minutes. So it was a turnover fest for Iowa in the last 6 minutes. And then they took nothing but some threes that they didn't need to. But I just thought it was interesting. I went through Hannah. Hannah, our preseason All-American, only had 4 points. Ava had 8 points and 6 boards. Layla Hayes, who's coming on strong, 14 points and 7 rebounds. Chit Chat, probably the best pickup we had in the portal, including Lucy Olson last year, 19 points and 2 assists. I just love what that girl's doing out there on the floor. I really do.
I think she was like 8 of 9 from the field. I don't think she missed a 3-pointer. Had a little too many turnovers, but she's a tremendous player.
She's very, very. I'm very happy that we got her on the team. McCabe, 6 points. She actually tried twice today. 2-pointers. 2-pointers. Shot. I mean, when was the last time you guys saw McCabe even try a 2-pointer?
Yeah.
She missed them both, believe it or not. And so, Emily Rodriguez. She only had 6 points. Nothing else stood out about her for the game, but she's usually been a pretty good pickup, pretty solid defender. So I don't have any issues with her being on the team. Addie Deal, 4 points, 4 assists. She will get it. Here's what I think with Addie. We all know she's good, okay? Addie knows she's good. Here's the problem, I think. I think she keeps forgetting that she's not playing against high school kids anymore because she can pretty much have her way with high schoolers. And I think she forgets that these college girls already seen it, done it, and are just as good as she is, or at least a whole lot more skilled than what she's been playing. Because some of the things I've seen her try, it looks like she would have tried it in high school and got it. But the coaches will work with her. She's the real deal. I know she'll be good. Not complaining about her one iota. And she'll be in the starting lineup or get more minutes when she's ready. The only other person I wanted to point out was Strimlow, who 5 points for her. So the other thing is I saw a video clip, and you guys know how Hannah Stokey is kind of a quiet leader. She was mic'd up in one video, and man, she was very vocal during the whole thing. You know, running to her teammates, yelling at them, encouraging them. It looked good. Also, Iowa this week beat Drake 100-58, and Evansville last Sunday. I believe we probably talked about that. 119-43. The men on Friday night won 81-62 over Xavier. And what I thought about that game is I thought this would be the first true test of a real team that they would be playing. And I still believe it. I think we struggled a little bit at times. It was a very competitive game, and they did well. I'm liking the combination of Banks, Sturts, Fulgaris, Combs, and Manuel. Between the team, they did 41 boards. And I just love the defense that these guys are playing. Like I said, it's still too early to tell what this team's going to do. I'm watching them with no expectations. I'm not going into thinking they need to win this game or they're going to lose this game because we don't know yet. We don't know yet. If I had to guess, based on what I've seen, I think there's a strong possibility when they get to some more talented Big Ten teams that they probably won't be real competitive. But that's only a guess, and I'm not going there yet.
I'm really impressed with Tate Sage and the Jurok, the 2 true freshmen.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to say that.
Whatever minutes they play, they're solid, Dean. So
yeah, they are. They are. You got to give it to them. And as for everybody wanting to know, Trey Thompson won't play until he can play defense.
Yeah. And one thing I'd like to say about Taylor Strimlow, it's pretty obvious that whenever Chit Chat ain't in the game, she's our backup point guard.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't even catch that, so that's a good catch. That's a good catch.
Well, nobody else plays point guard. Nobody else seems, when Chit Chat's out for a little bit, Stremlo's always the point guard, unless it's way at the end of the game when Kanice or Callie or somebody's in. But
I know that they tried to use Addison Deal, but she proved to not be fast enough to be a point guard. The women won 1-0 over soccer in the first round of the NCAA soccer tournament over South Dakota State. Honestly, that 1-0 score doesn't tell you how much Iowa dominated the game. They dominated that game, and I don't remember how many shots on goal they took, but they took their fair share. They will face LSU on November 20th, which I believe is a Thursday night. I don't know where that game is. If it's still on campus, it'll probably be at LSU because they're ranked higher than Iowa. Honestly, that's all I got. If you guys got anything you want to add.
Field hockey got knocked out against Duke, and the reporter for On 3 thought that they kind of got screwed by the referees in the last period. They were given to, what do you call them, flags or whatever, and Iowa had to play a player short for 7 minutes, and that's when Duke scored the goal. Everybody thinks that the NCAA, they wanted a Duke North Carolina matchup, in the tournament. But
yeah, well, I'm going to say this.
I hope that ain't true. Hope that ain't true.
Yeah, guys, I just going to say Jason was here for a second and he's gone now, so I don't know where he went.
I'm going to guess.
I think it. Yeah. Go ahead, Paul.
There, he's back. Did you take yourself out, Jason, when I put you in the first time? Can you hear us? I don't think he can hear us.
Looks like he's working on it.
I'd like to say, Dean, that our next women's game is against number 7 Baylor.
Yeah.
And what I thought was interesting, the ESPN predictor has Iowa having a 63% chance of winning, which I thought it'd be the other way around.
You just read my mind.
How ranked is Baylor? What's their rank?
Number 7, and we're number 21 or something.
Number 21. Okay. When do we play Baylor? Over the weekend, next weekend?
Yeah, down that Florida tournament, I think. I think we play Baylor and then we play Miami, I think.
This Thursday and Saturday. Thursday we play Baylor.
I think they're both on ESPN or ESPN2. I don't think we have to go to the Plus to watch either one of them.
I thought they were on that Flow. I thought they were on that Flow network or something, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't believe I looked at the television stuff. I can go look at it again.
I hope not. I hope they're on regular TV.
Ohio State is continuing their dominance. 10-1, our wrestlers down. So, oh my God!
The only positive about that is the former Hawkeye Tom Ryan's coach, State. So anyway, he transferred in from Syracuse for Gable.
Miami's on ESPN Plus. Baylor's on ESPN2.
Good.
Okay.
The Miami game is on ESPN Plus.
Yeah. Jason, they made me today. I went into my ESPN Plus. I watched it yesterday. Today they changed it to Ultimate and made me repay up to watch it today.
For what? You had to pay? Why'd you have to pay?
Well, it was my subscription was running out anyway, and they kept notifying me. But it finally, I think they were letting me have a freebie during the time that YouTube TV was missing.
That must be just another. That must be just another bill I get. I guess I don't know because I don't think anybody has to pay for that. You just log in. Yeah, you just log in with your TV subscriber.
Oh, I did that. I did all that.
Then you shouldn't have to pay.
I agree with you. But apparently I do. It's called ESPN Ultimate now. You have to pay separately for that now.
I didn't have to pay. Huh? That's interesting. Unless
I told Dean that I did. I told Dean you get crappy announcers for it, but I just Google YouTube and I watched the game on my computer.
I had a lot of I had a lot of people today. Somebody was streaming the game. I tried to record it like I do on.
It's called Live Wire.
I tried to record it, and ESPN won't even let you record it. It just records a black screen. So I'm recording the Iowa game like I do on BTN, but they block it out. They don't even let you record their stuff.
Somebody on the On3 thread put it up in a thread where all you had to do is click on it too, but I was already watching it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So, guys, all of our wrestlers are getting beat badly. None of them have lost a close match yet. It's 21-0 after 6 matches. Can you believe that?
When I seen that Ohio State buried Nebraska like 39-3, I knew Ohio State, Mr. Ryan's got them rocking and a rolling. So
yeah,
even AJ Ferrari got beat today.
That's okay. I don't care that he got beat. Okay, unless he was wrestling for Iowa, that would be a different story.
I mean, but he was ranked like number 2 or something, and Ohio State even beat him.
So, guys, this artwork was made by a friend of the show who's on here most of the time, but not right now. His name is Eric. He and his son did this AI drawing. And Paul, I just realized how much of a pothead you look like on this drawing.
That's not hot hookah.
Yeah. I'm just. It looks a lot like you, though. I just can't. The resemblance is uncanny.
Absolutely.
But isn't hookahs? Aren't those like pot or whatever?
No.
Oh.
No.
What are they then?
Hookah's tobacco. It's flavored tobacco.
All right.
Okay.
Here's a picture of Eric and his son in front of Kennick. They wore these T-shirts. What it says is Talking Iowa. I'm not sure if I can actually get that bigger or not. But it says on their shirts, Talking Iowa Hawkeye Sports. Watch on YouTube. I think.
Well done.
Yeah, there you go, guys.
You know, Paul, that some Iowa football players have been kicked off the team for smoking types of tobacco too.
Perhaps, but this is completely legal stuff. Here we actually have like hookah lounges you can go and it's
in Illinois it's legal as long as you are not under the influence of driving.
Okay,
guys,
it's all weird.
Guys, should we get
Hookah? It's not.
Should we get to the game?
Well, hold on. No, not yet. I have to. So, why would you go to a bar to do something you could just smoke a cigarette? I don't get it.
It's
the same reason people go to a bar to watch the Iowa game.
No.
For social graces.
Yeah,
okay, what was Paul going
to say? It's nothing like pot at all. At all.
Okay. Does it mess with you? Is it a drug? What is it?
No.
It's just tobacco?
Correct.
Okay. I'm not going to get nothing out of you. Something's fishy. The mafia's got you under control. Okay. It's just weird in my world. I'm not in that world, so it's just weird to me.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay.
Alrighty.
I've always assumed that's weed.
Oh, okay.
I used to chew tobacco and people, that was stupid,
Okay,
I ain't
guys.
saying what Paul's doing stupid, but I'm just saying people couldn't figure out why I chewed Red Man.
Right.
We should probably get to the game because people are going to get bored and leave the show.
Not when you're talking about drugs. What are you talking about? Drugs run the country.
I got a feeling that good share of our listeners are watching the wrestling match tonight.
I doubt it.
If they're like me, they probably turned it off by now.
There ain't very many people. There ain't very many people like me that love to watch wrestling. So.
Oh, I watch it every
these
time
two
I get.
guys.
I have the Detroit Lions on. So.
Yeah.
Well, wait
That's
a minute. Isn't there another game on right now?
Cooper DeJean against Jack Campbell.
That's right.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So, guys, I do check in at church for the kids when they come to their little Sunday school classes. So, we check them in a computer thing under security, everything, so that they don't get kidnapped. But anyhow, one little kid comes in with, what's that?
This is what the ESPN FBI is predicting the Iowa women's Baylor game. 70% chance. They're giving Iowa a 70% chance to beat Baylor.
Okay, let's not do that. Let's not give Baylor any bulletin board material.
I seen that today, and I was like shocked. I even asked some journalists, I go, are you like surprised, the main writer for women? I go, are you like surprised like I am? And he goes, well, I got to go do my deep dive on Baylor for the next game. And he says, I'll try figuring it out why,
All righty. Do we have a Oregon Duck fan in here? Alex Hernandez? Okay. All righty. Okay, so I just want to say, as upset as I am about losing another game, will you stop it? Now what?
Miami. Iowa's
that's like 99. Yeah.
Is Miami that bad? Today. No wonder it's on the plus. No wonder it's on the plus. Okay. All righty. A lot of good teams are undefeated this time of year in the Power 4 conferences. Okay. Okay. Even though I'm mad and we lost another game, another top team that we could have got a win on easily, we did lead in the fourth quarter, although only for a minute or so, not very long. I was encouraged by the fact that our quarterback got us almost another comeback. If he'd have just thrown that ball a little bit sooner, our Weegan wouldn't have stepped a half an inch out of the line. He could have stepped a half inch in line, and we'd have 1st and 10 at the goal. I mean, at the 10-yard line with goal to go, and we would have won the game again. But that's what ifs. We always have these bad luck things happen. 4 games, 4 losses, 4 games. We've had bad luck stuff happen. Okay. However, I got to tell you, on our last touchdown that we scored, that might be my all-time favorite play. That was a thing of beauty and worked to perfection, and that was probably the last thing that worked to perfection after that.
Defense act like he enjoyed it. He just broke into a smile while he was watching like, hey, that was pretty cool.
The Philly special. That was the Philly special. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the New England Patriots with that exact play.
Yeah, the players said they've been practicing that play, them plays, they practice them, for months. They just wait for a certain time that they think it's going to work and everything.
Yeah. I think I've heard him in interviews say once they see the right defense on the field for it, then they call for it.
Yeah.
So,
Jason on that play, would you want a few extra yards to run it? Like not on a 2-point conversion, but maybe like from the 7 or something, or
no, that's actually a pretty good 2-point conversion type of play because you want to get it to the quarterback as soon as possible. The more room you have, the more chance that the DB will stay over there. Since they know that it's short yardage, most DBs will flow with the play a little bit, just like what happened, where the DB flowed with the play, and then shnikes. There's a quarterback over here, and he took off running. So
Yeah. Well, what's so funny is I think it worked so well because everybody was following Weegan in his regular path, and then he hands that ball off to Vanderzee, and Vanderzee just starts throwing. I go, "What the hell?" And then I look at that, and there's Mark standing in the end zone waiting for the ball.
But did you see how close the defender was? That was one heck of a pass by Vanderzee. It was a tightrope spiral. He drilled it right in there, and he needed to. That DB was closing fast on it.
He was a quarterback one year in high school. I think his senior year.
That's what
Lutmer was the quarterback his first 2 years playing. He was a wide receiver, and then he became a quarterback his senior year. And he was a great baseball pitcher and stuff. He's got a gun for an arm, and I'm glad he got rid of it fast.
Yeah, no, it was really good. It worked to perfection.
If he'd have hesitated at all, the guy would have been there, But
yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to ask each one of you your thoughts on the game. I'm going to start with Paul. Paul, just give me your thoughts overall on the game. I kind of gave mine at the beginning.
Yeah. It was another really good effort. I don't know, and now maybe it turns out the offensive line was banged up in the second half, but I felt like we should have tried to run the football more, and it sure felt like at one point that the Big Ten was very interested in having a premier matchup this Saturday between Oregon and USC.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. I want to say, Paul, before we move on to the others, I want to go off of that. Realizing now that Oregon and USC are playing, and the Big Ten wants to at least maintain the point where they can get 3 teams in, because I agree with everybody now. I think 4 teams is out of the question. But in order to maintain 3, USC couldn't afford to lose this game this week, because they would have probably lost to Oregon next week.
It's one thing for the officials to be poor. It's another for them to just miss the most obvious of obvious things.
Yeah. Well, the obvious one to me was, there's always stuff that was missed, and I'm sure it was missed on both sides of the ball. But the face mask. The face mask. Even the cameraman did excellent work on that. There was no ifs, ands, or buts, and they don't call it so they can't review it. But I think I can't believe Kirk wasn't yelling and screaming and stomping his feet on that one. He twisted his head all the way around with that.
And, I'm to the point where let's just get rid of instant replay, because I always thought instant replay wasn't about getting, did he get a toe in bounds on the close? It's to make sure they don't miss the obvious stuff. Mm-hmm. Well, if they can just miss the obvious stuff, then just get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, that's true. Can they?
Maybe they could change the rule to make it that they can review all calls or non-calls. Like a face mask, that's not reviewable.
Yeah, it's not reviewable.
It's possession, whether you caught the ball, whether you fumbled it, whether you got the first down, whether you scored, stuff like that, I guess, is reviewable.
Yeah. But let's face it, we're not going to blame this loss on referees. They did lose it. The non-call basically killed Iowa's drive. That had they gotten the call another 15 yards down the field and 1st and 10 would have been very nice. To keep that drive alive, because that was after we were ahead 21, up 21 and whatever. Okay.
Yeah, the very next play was the ricochet interception.
Yeah.
That was a crazy play. You talk about pure luck.
Yeah. Kind of reminds you of the ricochet interception at Iowa State, doesn't it? Things happen.
You can go into a lot. They weren't calling. Merriweather was being held almost every play. They could not block him.
No.
Phillips on the 9 route, right down the sideline. The dude is literally holding on. Even the announcers were talking about it, and they didn't call that interference. And that could have been a nice throw because Phillips barely missed it, and the guy was pulling on his jersey.
Yeah,
So, I mean, there
I
are
heard
so
somebody.
many.
Yeah, I heard somebody on Corey's show said something about his jersey was probably an extra large when he put it on at the game, but it was a double X by the time the game was over.
The guy that
I thought that was a classic.
Yeah. The guy I seen held not on every play, but at least half the time was Aaron Graves. Aaron Graves played a great game.
And hands to the face.
Yes.
Twice they got Aaron Graves like this. And they never called it. They had his face mask pushed it up.
Yeah. And then they want to know why Seth Wallace got the penalty. You know,
well, I thought that was, according to Kirk, he just accidentally stepped onto the field of play.
No,
nothing there, no more to see.
Kirk didn't, his exact quote wasn't that, oh, he just stepped on the field. He said he went over the line like that. Yeah. Could mean he went over the line language-wise. He could have went over the line at language-wise and everything, but heck, the game was over anyway. But
yeah. I mean, all that would have given us was maybe 10 seconds to make me make one desperate throw downfield. Honestly, in order to have a chance to win that game, I would like to have seen us just kneel down and take the on that last thing when just kneel down and take the fair catch. And I know it was probably at the 1 or 2 yard line. Then just heave it downfield and see what happens. What's the worst can happen? You already lost the game. What's the worst that happens? Somebody picks it off and goes the other way for a touchdown? Who cares? You know, who cares if you lose by 5 or lose by 12?
I don't even know where you're at, Dean. I'm confused.
Yeah.
Where are you?
He was talking about us getting the ball with a few seconds left, even if we was at the other end of our field and chucking one up, I think.
Oh, yeah, I didn't. You just wandered off there. I looked at Paul's face. His looks like mine, so we didn't put that together, Kelvin. Thank you.
Well, if it wasn't for that penalty, we would have got the ball with a few seconds left.
Yeah,
supposedly.
Yeah. Okay, right. All righty, Jason. This is your turn to speak and just talk a little bit about your thoughts about the game, what you saw, what you didn't see.
Well, the first thing I thought of, and Kelvin's already brought it up, but the first thing I thought of was the new quarterback commit. Like when I think it was
you just got a pick. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Coop got a pick. A couple weeks ago on a podcast, Kelvin said that a coach said Lester was sitting down with this quarterback saying, this is what I want from a quarterback. This wide receiver is wide open. Well, that's what I thought of on that wet gym play. Is Gronk, I don't know what he has to see. He truly is Tim Tebow. He truly is just like Tim Tebow. He can't anticipate anything, right? So if he would have just stepped up and threw the ball to Wetjen on that corner route, instead of sitting there pumping it before he finally launched it. So that's just what I thought it was. That's the play right there that Lester's going to show his recruiting quarterbacks that you have to let this go right here. And see, most Division I quarterbacks can anticipate, like quarterbacks. Gronk's not real. He's a runner than anything. He's a great runner. He truly is Tim Tebow. He can't anticipate receivers when they get open. I just don't understand how he doesn't see a receiver open until they're open, right? He has to actually see that they're open. He can't just – because this is coachable, so they're not coaching this possibly, but just throw it to green grass. All Gronk has to do is throw his receivers to green grass on a lot of them. but he has to wait until they actually get open before he throws it, and that's usually too late. But anyway, that's a big part about. I understand what Lester. He probably is doing what Kelvin said. He's showing the quarterbacks that it's not. I just need a quarterback to complete these passes because there were so many wide open receivers. Poor Gill running those routes wide open. The comeback route on the first drive of the second half, that Iowa had the ball, I believe. It was like 3rd and 6, whatever. Gronk was in the pocket. Everything looked good, but then Gronk threw it right at Gill's feet. Right? How many of those? Look at the wide receiver screens. He threw it at Wetjen's feet. He had to catch it like this before he could get up and go. I don't know why he's doing that. He didn't do that. Oh, he's overthrowing everything. That's why he threw it low. He's overthrowing everything. I don't know if it's because he doesn't want to be he doesn't want deflections at the D line. I don't know why he's overthrowing stuff, but he's throwing it so low. And none of it kind of makes sense. But the first half went the way that Iowa needed it to go. They ran the football. Gronowski threw some good passes. I think he completed 4 of 5 on the opening drive. I mean, it went really well. I loved the game plan coming into the game. I hated the adjustments. I mean, I don't know what.
You mean the non-adjustment?
No, they adjusted, but they adjusted to some just some shorter routes. So they kept everybody up at the line of scrimmage. It was the Iowa State game all over again in the second half. Every route was short. Like like everything was short. It was just weird. Like I didn't understand what Lester was trying to do. When he's like in the first half, when he spread them out and he let Gronk throw it deep, even if they weren't completed, they had to respect that Gronowski was going to throw it deep. The moment you bring everything up and every route, once again, just like the Iowa State game, every route was within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage, it felt like, for the whole second half. It's like they decided they were, I don't know. I mean, after the Iowa State game, I thought they would learn from that game plan. They can't do that, especially when Lester wants he wants everything in a phone booth. I really dislike that, but he does. He believes that it gets his receivers open on out routes. It opens rushing lanes outside, and to his credit, it does most of the time. But you have to have your receivers run deeper routes. You have to get people out of there as well. If you get suffocated, which is what USC did in the second half, they just suffocated Iowa. And a lot of it was due to the play calling. We played right into their adjustments. So maybe it was all the routes were shorter. It was the adjustments from the first 3 drives, I'll say.
But I mean, it was like halfway through the second quarter when USC finally started to click for USC. We didn't stop them. They scored 10 points on their final 2 scores of the half and just burned up clock. And they just kind of looked to me like an Iowa team, with all the running plays and throwing. But that quarterback, he can throw. Damn, he can throw.
Oh,
yeah, I once want a quarterback. What's that?
He can anticipate. He's what I'm talking about. He doesn't. His receivers can be covered, but he throws them open. He throws to green grass. Now
he's throwing to guys that are going to be playing on Sunday.
Well, right, but he also throws in an area where they can catch the ball. Yeah, Gronk could do the same thing to our receivers, and he doesn't do it.
Well, that's what I'm just saying. Is that a philosophy of Tim Lester? He doesn't want him to, or is it Kirk saying, "No, Tim, I don't want him thrown to open green grass because our receivers won't get there"?
I don't think Gronowski is Tim's quarterback.
No, he is running the football. He's the best one on the roster.
This guy that just committed probably is.
Yes, I'm going to go with you on that. I watched some tape on him. I'm probably going to do an evaluation on him. But yeah, the kid coming in but Gronowski is the runner that Lester wants, but he's not, and he's the best combination that's on the roster right now, with the exception of maybe Hecklinski, because Lester really likes Hecklinski. He just doesn't have, the experience and all that.
Yeah. Well, you guys remember we got Gronk pretty early last year, and so that makes me wonder, because I thought he was Tim Lester's boy, because we got him pretty early. I mean, why would anybody go out and sign? Yeah, but why would anybody go out and sign a quarterback that your offensive coordinator is not high on? Why don't you say, hey, I want to go after these guys, see if you can get me some money for them?
I think he's high on Gronowski.
Yeah.
It just ain't his preferred
100%
type guy he wants. And again, Gronowski's, it's been a learning curve with Gronowski with a new offense and not playing it until this fall, but.
And he showed at South Dakota State he can do both. He just struggles and at South Dakota State he had the most talent around him. So maybe his receivers, they just knew what they were doing, right? The whole team. Like Kelvin just said, this is a new offense for Gronowski. But it's because at South Dakota State he was able to throw the football. And he's able to throw it now. He's completing 65% of his passes. The problem is he has to wait until a receiver is open before he throws it. Yeah. And those passes downfield, he's too late on.
Don't forget, at a school like South Dakota State, you're not having a ton of attrition for the NFL. Probably still not a ton of guys even in the transfer portal. So, I mean, Gronowski played with his incoming class for 4 years.
Yeah, those Yankee twins. Yeah, they were all studs together.
And so, I mean, now he's with a completely different team in a different system. No spring ball. I mean,
yeah. So it's probably pretty apparent that Hecklinski will be our starter next year, being backed up by either Jimmy Sullivan or this new guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the new guy is not enrolling early.
Yeah.
So he won't learn any of the offense this spring, and
he actually wants the red shirt. He actually wants the red shirt. I think he's just looking forward to.
I don't know. I don't know if he's playing baseball is why he's not enrolling. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I mean that's cool if he red shirts, because that Hecklinski could be our starter for 2 years, and then he'll be a red shirt freshman, and then he can come in, or red shirt sophomore. He can come in and take over for 3 years. And so,
yeah,
I mean, but they said he's more like the quarterbacks we've had in the past, and so it makes me wonder.
To finish up, I didn't really go into my thoughts on the game because it was just. But I'll finish up with this whole season. I mean, this game goes back to the whole season. The Oregon game, the same type of deal. I mean, all these games were the same type of deal, and including Penn State. But Iowa went down and got scored just like they did with Oregon. But the defense couldn't hold. They held them to 18 points. They held USC to 26 points, and well below their yards average. But it just like, if you think about it, X caused the fumble. We didn't get it. The tip passes that there was, we could have intercepted. We didn't intercept. X could have had an interception in the end zone right before half for that touchdown you're talking about. Or was I want to say it was the touchdown. X
no, they scored a field goal. Didn't they score a field goal first, or was it a touchdown?
Yeah. You're probably right. It was a field goal. But X was right there for the tip. I think it was Lee who tipped the ball, and the ball landed just, a few feet from X when X was coming over. Like, so many things that I was used to getting that they're just not getting this year against those kind of teams. Like, just the Iowa way is, even though the defense is still playing their butts off, they still haven't gave up 30 points in a game.
Right.
I mean, this is the most points they gave up all year, was 26 to USC, who averages, 550 yards a game and 50 points up close to? I mean, they did the same thing to Oregon. Oregon averages 40-some points a game. They only gave up 18 to Oregon. So it's just the breaks just aren't there for Iowa this year. It's one of those years. I'll leave it.
I would like to say before we go to Kelvin's thoughts, because I do want to get Kelvin's thoughts. Before I forget this, I do want to say on the 0-13 streak against ranked teams, as appalling as it is, well, before we were losing, by 20, 30 points since the last time we won a ranked team. We are against the last 4 ranked teams that we lost to. We are keeping it closer, so we are making progress that way. But wouldn't it be just nice to have 1 or 2 of those wins back? I mean, in all seriousness.
Well, also, kind of think about what you're saying. Mm-hmm. When you say it the way you did, you act like we're losing to the bottom 10 of the top 25.
Thank you.
We're losing to the top 10, top 5 teams. We're not losing to ranked 20th teams, ranked 25th teams. With the exception of Iowa State, I guess, but that's a rival. That's going to go back and forth. But we're not losing to bottom feeders of the top 25. We're literally losing close games to the number 2 team in the country. Oregon's number 6. And then USC, well, they'll be in
17.
the top 12 possibly. Right. Yeah. It just depends on where everybody else lost. They'll probably be 14th or something coming into this week. I'm going to guess they'll be like 14th. And if they beat Oregon, the Big Ten's going to get 4 teams in. Yeah. Oregon's not going anywhere. USC's going to be in. And then there's Michigan. If Michigan beats Ohio State, Michigan's going to be in the playoff. They only have 2 losses, and one's Oklahoma.
There is a path. There is a path to get 4 teams in.
They're going to,
but more than likely on paper, it was probably only 3. Okay.
The path to getting 4. The path to getting 4 in. The path to getting 4 in the playoffs this year is for USC to upset Oregon, so we have 4 2-loss teams.
Yeah.
And then
any team with 3.
No,
I don't know.
If Michigan goes undefeated, like I think they might, up until Ohio State, no matter what happens, if Michigan beats Ohio State, they're in. There are going to be 4 teams. If USC beats Oregon, I mean, there's a chance the Big Ten gets 5 teams. It just depends on how.
I just already got the check mark off that Michigan's going to lose to Ohio State.
Yeah, that's going to be a playoff game for Michigan.
Yeah.
They didn't look very good against Northwestern.
No, they surely did not.
Guys, I kind of looked at the Big Ten standings before I went to bed last night, the up-to-date. Iowa's actually in 6th place. I mean, tied with some teams for their 4-3 record in the Big Ten, right? Yeah, 4-3.
Tied with like 5 or 6 teams.
Yeah, but they own the tiebreaker over a couple of those teams, and will own tiebreakers over the rest. And win-loss record-wise, some of those teams don't have a very good record.
Yeah.
But we have. I kind of want to. I didn't put this on the agenda, but when we're done talking, I just kind of want to talk about the bowl situation. But unfortunately, I could see Iowa going to one of the 2 Florida bowls under the current scenario. But more than likely, either be Vegas or Music City, in my opinion. And I got to be Music City since we've been there so many times lately.
Yeah, I know. Jason always calls me literal or something. All I'm thinking about is Michigan State.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
If we lose against Michigan State, which I don't think we will, but
Yeah,
You
we're
know.
going to come back to Jason in a minute to answer Brian's question, but I don't want to, Kelvin. I don't want to take your thunder away on your thoughts during the game and what you think.
It's not a lot. I told you.
I kind
I
of saw the
told
stuff you wrote on Facebook, so I know some kind of the stuff you're thinking already.
I don't know. I pretty much think about the same as I did in the Oregon game. I'm kind of under the weather tonight, so I won't be as talkative probably, but I just thought it was a great game. And I think Paul might have mentioned it. I think that what beat Iowa was the NFL, not the officials, but the NFL beat us. You know, NFL wide receivers and the NFL quarterback. You know, lob the ball up. I mean, Lukemer and Lee and Paul and all these guys are right on this guy, and the guy jumps up and makes one play. The darn Lukemer had his hand on the ball as it hit that guy's hand, but he's just so good that the ball sticks right in his hand. You know, it was like that's how I would explain us the result of the game. It was a great tight game. It was like watching an NFL game. NFL games come down to seems like the last minute every week, you know.
Yeah,
But
I think it would have been more exciting if Weegan could have found a way to get in, stay in bounds on that final catch.
yeah, well, he would have
That
been in
10-yard
bounds.
line, man. I mean, I was jumping
he
out of my
would've-
seat when he caught that. I'm thinking, oh my god, we're gonna do a miracle. We're gonna beat this team.
His foot would have literally landed in bounds, 2 feet in bounds, but the guy pushed, you know, which is legal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if a guy's in the air and he's catching the ball and you push him and it forces to carry him out of bounds, and it carried him an inch enough to that toe hit the white line, I guess. But anyway,
Well, let's
the only other things on the game, only other thing we have, I go, you know, USC got 360 yards, we got 320.
Yeah,
you know, it was
all of it in the first half, pretty much. I think we got like 30 yards in the second half.
That's about what we got, maybe passing in the second half. But and then you know, how come we couldn't run the ball in the second half? Well, take your 3 offensive linemen off the field.
Yeah.
You know, Dotzler did a really good job. Leighton Jones plays good. Muslinski, but you know, when you take Stevens out of there, you know, that's a big guy
And
who is
Pieper.
a ferocious run blocker. You know, and you take Pieper out of there, and then you take your best blocker, Hayden Large, out, and then T.J. Hall
and Dunker.
I think Jalen Watson played the last 13 plays. I think.
Yeah. Okay. Can let's talk
Hall
about those
had his
injuries
arm.
real quick. I just want to do this real quick before I forget
Hall
it.
had his arm in a sling, so he must have hurt his shoulder.
Yeah.
or
So
something.
yeah, let's talk about these injuries. How come we didn't know about these injuries until after the game? Because our
I
announcers
messaged you
never
about
once.
them.
You messaged. I don't think you messaged during the game. You
I
might
said-
have.
I watch the blocking on every play. I don't follow the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and as soon as what's his name, Leighton Jones comes in the game, I messaged our group. I go, Stevens is out.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Dunker went out, I go, Dotzler's in.
Yeah.
And then it was, I didn't message anybody on Meslinski. I didn't know if Pieper was hurt or not, you know, but
yeah. Here's my thought. Where were the TV announcers on those? I mean, they certainly got every Oregon injury, but they didn't say one of ours. Didn't even tell us when the substitutions were made. You know, I think honestly for a BTN game, this was probably the worst call game I've ever had to experience with in my life. The cameramen did an excellent job, but the announcers, I could live without. Okay, Jason, can you go back to Brian's question? Do you remember what it was? Or do I need to bring it up?
No, I got it. No, he's like, I mean, he could, but it appears he's like a Doug Flutie, a Drew Brees that knows how to move around and know how to throw the ball as a short person. So, I mean, and I mean, Drew Brees is on another level, and he didn't move the way Heklinski does. And Doug Flutie can move at 5'9". He seems to have a little bit of that pocket presence, and he's going to get outside the pocket a lot. I think Lester will use him a lot differently. He's faster than Gronowski. He's the fastest QB,
Drew
but
Tate,
he's little.
Drew
He won't
Tate and
run
Brad
nearly.
Banks were both shorter guys.
Who?
Drew Tate and
Oh,
Brad
Drew
Banks.
Tate. Yep, Drew Tate was a pocket guy, but he could get outside the pocket. I think Heklinski could be a lot like that. That's what it appears to me. But you're right. The shorter quarterback. I mean, if Gronowski was 5'11", every ball would be knocked down. So, but it just depends on his pocket awareness, his ability to get outside where there's nobody really in front of him to knock down balls. But I wouldn't say yes yet. I haven't really seen much of him to say that that's going to be an issue. The one game he did play, he got outside the pocket. He completed a pass thrown from the pocket. It was a short pass, but no, I don't see that issue yet. We'll find out, though, obviously. At 5'11", that is a huge issue. The quarterback, my favorite quarterback in the country, Diego at Vanderbilt, he's a short guy. But he's able to move as well. He moves around in the pocket. He gets into throwing lanes. He's able to find those throwing lanes. He knows where he wants to go with the ball where the play's designed to. So no, I don't have those issues yet, but it's definitely a possibility. We have to wait and see.
Okay. Alrighty. Anything else on the game before I move on? You guys want to talk about?
I just wanted to say, seen it's like everybody on defense. I don't think anybody, linebackers, our secondary, our defensive line, they all played good.
Yes.
And their PFF scores come out today, and they all played. I was disappointed in PFF scores on a little bit on coverage in our secondary, but PFF, if the receiver catches the pass on you, they aren't going to. They're not going to give you a good. Yeah. They're not going to give you an 85 score like you should have had. They're going to give you a 75 on that play or something, But I think that's stupid. But the other thing was our offensive line graded out good, but not as good. We didn't give up any sacks. Our defensive line I thought was really good, and our linebackers played good. On offense, I don't know that Vanami graded out big, for pass receiving. He's not a great blocker yet, but I just thought we played pretty good, and we actually won the time of possession by about 1 minute. But anyway, our secondary our special teams probably for the second game all year didn't have something that they did wrong. People complained about Dakin only averaging 37 yards a punt, but hell, he didn't punt that many times, and 2 or 3 of them was like such a short field. He kicked a good punt and he only got 30 yards on it because he was kicking from midfield. So you got to take that into consideration. I didn't see any miscues in special teams that's been, bothering us this year. So that was a positive. So
I like it.
Anyway, I love my Hawkeyes.
Yes, we all do. Okay, I'm just looking at the punting. He punted 3 times. for an average of 35 yards. He had 2 inside the 20.
There you go.
Yeah, I think both of them were at the 13-yard line, if I remember right. It was weird. He just kicked them really high where the guy had to make a fair catch. And
yeah, I got confidence that he's going to have a bounce back season next year because if I remember right, somebody said in an interview that he's about on par with Troy Taylor. What was his name? Trailer? Troy Taylor, yeah. Guys,
yeah,
I've been having a lot of
he averaged about 50 yards a punt today for the Bears. So.
Yeah. Guys, I got a lot of brain fog going on, so I need to get it straightened out. So, guys, I got to thinking about the bowl situation for Iowa because it's obvious that we're either going to go 1-1 or 2-0 to finish the season. Because I mean, we got Michigan State for sure. There's no way we lose, and watch me have to eat my words. But Nebraska's a different story. I don't know where we're at with Nebraska yet.
Nothing like speaking the obvious. We're going to either be 2-0 or 1-1.
Well,
or 0-2,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. Okay. But right now, like I said, I don't think there's any way we lose to Michigan State. That'd be like losing to Wisconsin. I think it'll be a blowout. But we'll talk about that game later this week. I just don't know where we're at with Nebraska yet.
I think we better make our reservations in Las Vegas at a cheap hotel.
Yeah. So this is what I didn't know, okay? The Rose Bowl is still considered a Big Ten bowl, but it's part of the playoffs. And so but we got the playoff teams. So I put 3 Big Ten teams in the playoff, which would include the Rose Bowl if they're slotted enough to go to the Rose Bowl. But then I came up with, I could be wrong on this, guys, but all I found, it was very hard to find what Big Ten is contracted for this year. Citrus, Reliquist Bowl, Vegas, Music City, Pinstripe, and Guaranteed Rate Bowl on there. And so that was hard to find. And plus, the Vegas, the Sun, the Los Angeles, the Holiday, Independence, and Alamo Bowl are all for the Legacy Pac-12 teams. So Washington and USC will probably be will each take 2 of those bowls. Right now, I've seen predictions of them facing Iowa in the Vegas Bowl, which I wouldn't mind playing Washington again. But I got right now in my mind, this is crazy, guys, because I don't know all the bowl eligible teams. We got 3 or 4 more teams that could still become bowl eligible. But right now, I got Michigan in the Citrus. I got Iowa in the Vegas. I got nobody in the Reliquist Bowl right now. Illinois in the Music City, but they'll finish higher than us in the standings, so they'll probably go to the Reliquist Bowl. I got Minnesota in the Pinstripe and Nebraska going to the Guaranteed Rate Bowl because I see them finishing the season 0-2. They're going to lose to Penn State at Penn State. And, of course, they're going to be all beat up, and Iowa's going to take care of them on back Friday. So Nebraska's going to be 7-5. Minnesota will finish 8-4. Illinois 9-3. Iowa 8-4. Michigan 9-3. And USC 9-3, and I didn't even think about Washington's what they have. But Penn State, Rutgers, Maryland, and Northwestern can all still become bowl eligible. Yeah. Okay, they won't all because I think some of those play each other. I was really hoping that Northwestern would have beat Michigan yesterday. You guys don't know how hard I was cheering for Northwestern first time in a long time.
There's a game where the Big Ten refs screwed Northwestern big time. But boy, you can't get a call against Michigan. Iowa never could. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But Michigan was -5 in the turnovers and still won.
Yeah. Okay, guys, here's how I want to know. Okay, help me out here. I turned the game over because I think the Iowa game was starting. Okay. Northwestern had the ball. I think they had it 4th down near the goal line. And so I just assumed they were going to kick a field goal and widen their lead to 4 points. But then I find out later they lost back to Michigan when Michigan kicked a field goal. I think they lost by 1 point, right? To Michigan. Okay, what happened on that fourth down? Did they try to go for it on fourth down, or did they miss a field goal attempt?
I
Do you
don't
guys know? But they had the ball at their goal line, but it was like fourth down, and then I turned it over because they went to a commercial.
I
So I don't know
know.
what happened. Okay, nobody seems to know. I'm going to have to read up on
If you
that
went,
because
if you went to ESPN scoreboard, all you have to do is click on play-by-play, and it would tell you.
oh, okay.
I can't
Fine.
do that while I'm on my phone on here. So.
Yeah. Well, I can't do that either. I'm not going to do that right now. I turned off the wrestling match. Can you give us an update what the wrestling match is at?
When I got to be 27-3 or something, I flipped over to watch Cooper DeJean play.
There
Yeah,
we
I
go.
did too, but now I had to use my phone, so now I'm not watching it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty, guys. Let's go over our ball games, and then we'll get out of here for the night till Tuesday. So I went 7-3. Paul went 6-4. Kelvin went 6-4. Jason went 7-3. Paul could have done very well, but I think he likes the island.
I like
Congratulations, Kelvin. You're the only one that got the Iowa game, USC game, right?
Really?
Wait a minute. Hang on. I'm sorry. I did the
almost
wrong
got the
game.
score.
I did the wrong game.
I almost got the score right. I said 25-22, and I think it was 26-21 or something like that.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry, Kelvin. You went 5-4. Jason went 5-4. I went 6-3. Again, Paul won this week at 7-2. Paul, you're doing more and more after 3 years of falling way behind. You're hanging in there, winning every week. So Paul went out on an island, and he was very good at it this week.
I was gonna say he picked USC to win.
Yes.
I thought there was two of us that did.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and Paul. Jason and I were foolish enough to pick Iowa.
Well, you weren't foolish to pick Iowa because it was a nip and tuck game, but
yeah,
I hated not picking my Hawkeyes, but
yeah. Two of us picked Virginia. Two of us did not. Everybody picked Utah. Everybody picked Georgia. One of you picked OU, Paul, and the rest of us took Alabama. But Paul, he negated that when he lost the Northwestern pick and the Michigan State pick.
I was so close on Northwestern.
Yeah,
you got screwed.
Yeah, everybody, but Paul also was the only one to take Clemson versus Louisville. We all took Notre Dame.
Did Clemson beat Louisville?
Yes. I was on Clemson watch. So Clemson's going to play like Furman or some crappy team. So they got to lose to South Carolina the last week.
Man, that would have been this would have been a great thing if Iowa would have won. Dang it.
Yeah.
Louisville is going to drop again. USC might be up there 13, 14. If Louisville lost, other teams have lost.
Yeah.
And then they'll really jump if they upset Oregon at Oregon. I don't think it's going to happen, but
no, I don't either. But you're right. I think that puts 4 teams in the playoff if they do. Oregon is not falling out of the playoff.
USC had trouble with Iowa's running game. They're not going to hold up against Oregon's.
And we shut down USC's running game pretty good. They only averaged like 3.5 yards a carry or 3.4, something like that. And they were averaging like 6.7. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, but it was the passing that killed us. Okay. 3 of us decided that Penn State was going to end their 6-game losing streak. So they got to beat Nebraska, and I don't remember who else to get bowl eligible. They're 4-6, I think, right now.
Yeah.
So games I picked for next week, I'll release them to you guys later tonight or tomorrow. I have them already picked. Yeah, guys, if there's any particular game, send me some games that you guys might want so I can maybe mix this up. If you guys want to have some games to call, because I had a hard time finding some games. I want competitive
I
games,
think
not just
Minnesota
top
North
ranked teams against.
Minnesota at Northwestern ought to be a good game.
I got it.
I think.
I got it. I
I
also
think that-
tell you ahead of time I chose Northwestern on this game.
Yeah,
Anyway, go ahead.
I'm going to pick it too. So.
I'd like to shout out my midshipmen for getting a
Oh
ranked
yeah.
Navy might
Yes.
sneak in. Now they got to get through North Texas, but Navy might sneak in to play Georgia.
Paul, send me the Navy game. I'll put that on here.
All right.
Well, Navy wouldn't play Georgia until the second round.
Yeah.
Isn't
No,
Georgia's going to get it?
probably-
Won't Georgia get a bye or not?
No, they'll be 5th or 6th. If they're 5th,
Okay.
Navy would be the 12th seed no matter what if they get in.
Who
So
would be
that
the
is-
top 4 seeds?
It is. Well, right now it's not really fair. Do you think Indiana or Ohio State will keep one no matter what when they play in the Big Ten?
Yeah.
Because it was 1, 2, 3 is Texas A&M. They got that, and then 4th, I think, is shit. Now that Alabama lost, maybe it is Georgia.
Georgia.
I think it'd be Georgia.
No.
I seen Oregon and Texas Tech. Oregon, they won't raise them in the polls. I see Oregon's tied with Texas Tech now.
Yeah.
But this is in the polls,
Yeah.
which I think Oregon would bury Texas Tech.
Is Texas Tech still a Big 12 team?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're unbeaten, ain't they?
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
but I just couldn't remember if they did
They
lose.
lost.
to Arizona State.
Okay.
Them and BYU are at the top, right?
Yep.
And then Utah, in that junior college league.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
Oregon's offensive line, I think they'd run for 500 yards against Texas Tech.
get this, guys.
I think the other
morning
team,
while I was
the other team you guys might have been trying to come up with might have been Ole Miss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Ole Miss is going to be up there as well.
Yeah. Hey, so while I was checking in school kids this morning at church, one guy was wearing a Fresno State Bulldog. One kid was wearing a Fresno State Bulldog, and he goes, "Go Bulldogs!" as he walked in. I go, "They must have won last night." He goes, "Yep," and I got to stay up and watch them. I go, "That makes not one of us because I didn't stay up."
Well, he might have been a Ferentz. Ain't that where Brian's at?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
at Fresno State. I can't
It could
remember.
have been,
Offensive line?
you could have been talking to Kirk's grandkid and you didn't even know it.
That's
Well, they
right.
wouldn't be going. First of all, Fresno State is a 2-hour drive from us. So if they'd be living up near Fresno State, probably not in Fresno area, but probably one of the outlying towns. Okay, which
Penn
would
State's
not be
going to
us.
be bowl eligible. Penn State has to play Rutgers and Nebraska. They're going to be bowl eligible.
Yeah, I think they win both of those games. What a bounce back season that would be for them.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, guys, these are the games I chose just to have you. They're not final yet until I send them to you, but if you guys got a game you want me to add, just send it to me. USC at Oregon, Pitt at Georgia Tech, Nebraska at Penn State, Washington at UCLA, Kansas at Iowa State, Minnesota at Northwestern, Missouri at OU, Illinois at Wisconsin, Fresno State at Utah State, and, of course, Michigan State at Iowa.
That seems like a good lineup to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a chance. I got a chance. I think Wisconsin's playing better. They could beat Illinois.
Yeah. They definitely are playing better. Not going to deny that. Well, they put an athlete at quarterback. So now they're running a completely different offense. Completely different than what they've been running all year.
Their third different offense.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Air raid to power rushing.
Perfect.
I have faith in and Brett Bielema to close out the season with a couple wins. So
I think Wisconsin's going to be tougher than what we all originally thought.
Well, Illinois
yeah.
still has Northwestern. If it's at Illinois, Illinois wins for sure.
Well, Illinois' got a decent team. Their defense ain't as good as we thought it was going to be, but
Yeah,
quarterbacks.
but I mean,
Quarterbacks tend to help you win, don't they, Jason?
yes, they do. We already know that.
Illinois' got a quarterback, so
They do.
yeah. I
do.
agreed with you. I wish Gronowski's decision making was quicker, but like I said, it might be he's in a whole new. He's used to playing one offense for 4 or 5 years. Now he's in this where his mind is that what I should do? I seen one play. I don't know if that was in the third quarter. The receiver just took off and ran straight downfield, and he was open by 10 yards behind everybody, and he dumped it off short.
Yeah, he does that a lot. I
think the announcers even mentioned something about that, if I remember right. They said something about the announcers was saying they were told that they were going to throw the ball deep and all this, and then Gronowski just kept dumping it off, and they said something about a receiver being wide open deep. But I mean, in the first drive of the game, though, he chucked it. He threw it, right?
It just seemed like he built in hesitation or something.
Yeah, it does.
Which he's been hesitant all year, but that first half, that, like you said, it was like, God damn, Tom Brady is in a big body now,
The one thing about Gronowski is he is taking too much time to get the ball. I don't know why. It's like he admitted that he threw too late on the Weegan out of bounds pass. He threw too late on the bounce ups interception on the deflection there. He said he threw that too late. He said a half a second sooner on either one of them. He completes those passes.
And I don't want to sound like I don't like Gronowski. I think he's the best winner we've had. Boy, does he battle for you or what?
Yeah, he does. He doesn't quit on you like another quarterback we know who quit on us last year.
I do think that I don't think he was late on the interception, the one that bounced off Gill's knee.
He said he was.
He said he was.
Yeah. He said he was, but I don't think he was because he rolled out and the dude was right in front of him, wide open. If he hits him in the stomach, it's a catch. He just threw the damn thing so low that it bounced off the guy's knee.
Why does he throw that low? I mean, what's the deal? What's the point of throwing low?
I think he's trying to protect his guys.
Normally a quarterback, but he throws everything low. So he's overthrowing everything because even his screen passes are thrown at the receiver's feet, right? Poor Wetgens out there catching everything off the dirt before he takes off and runs with it. But when you throw over the middle, you do want to throw it low, but you got to throw it low enough or high enough for your receiver to be able to get the hands under and catch it. But he's throwing everything low right now. And like I said, that comeback route by Gill, beautiful route. He stutter stepped at the top of his break, came back, angled himself to the sidelines. It was a beautiful route on third down. Gronowski threw it 2 yards in front of him. And there was nobody. It was
that one there looked like he was going backwards when he threw, like he threw off his back foot or something. It was like, what the hell?
You might be right. I just remember
set your feet and throw it. But then the play that bothered me a lot, which was a terrible decision, was he threw this long pass to Wetchen with 2 guys on him. How that didn't get picked off, I have no clue. It's like that's the only guy. That's the least guy you would throw to double teamed where a guy's got to go up and catch it. Vanderzee or Howard would go up and get it, but Wetchen's, what is he, 5'10" or something? It's like
that's off to Wetchen for knocking it down, though, right? He got his hands on the ball. He tipped it up and just thank goodness.
I'm just saying, I'm sure there was a better target someplace.
Well, guys, what
Throw
about
it into a double team?
yeah? What about
Throwing it out of
Vaname?
bounds.
What Vaname? I think that's how you
I
say
love
his
that
name.
dude.
He's coming on strong, man.
He's looking
He's coming
good.
on strong.
Did you see how fast he took off on that one out route when he turned and there was nobody around him? I think he gained 40 yards on it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
He's
something like that. Yeah.
He's got speed.
How fast he is.
He's
Holy
put on a lot of weight. He's put on a lot of weight since he come to Iowa, and he hasn't lost much speed, I don't think.
Good
It
weight.
doesn't-
Maybe he'll be our next George Kittle.
Well, Kirk said in a news conference, he says, I don't want to mention Dallas Clark, but
I mean,
he
he's
said,
fast.
here's two walk-ons.
Yeah,
Here's
but
two
I feel like-
walk-ons, and and neither one of them played tight end in high school, So
Yeah, you ever see that story on him, Dallas Clark? How he was arguing with Kirk when he wanted to move him to tight end. He's like, I'm not a tight end. I don't want to play tight end. And he finally did it his sophomore year or something. Like,
Yeah,
look at
moved
that.
He
And he
was
played
a-
for the Colts.
he was a
played for the Colts
quarterback.
at tight
He was
end for a while.
He was a quarterback in high school and a linebacker, and he was trying to be a linebacker at Iowa. And Kirk told him, "You're not going to play linebacker. You're just going to play special teams." And he said, "Because I don't know who they had in front of him then, Hodge or I don't know who Hodge would have been on that team, wouldn't he?
Maybe like
Or
Fred
It worked
Barr.
out. Yeah.
Fred Barr
Fred
was there.
Barr. There you go.
Yeah. It worked out great for Dallas Clark because he caught many balls from Manning with the Colts. So it worked out
Well,
great.
that's what he said. He said he owes his whole life to Kirk because he doesn't have to worry about money. He's made all his money. He can do what he wants. That's what he said in that interview. It was the coolest interview ever. He said he was just a young punk kid thinking he knew what was best, not listening. So he kind of uses himself as an excuse when he tells other people. I'm guessing he's talking about his kids, or he talks about how that him listening to somebody who knew what the hell they were talking about literally made his life 10 times better than what it would have been.
Yeah, I like the players that come in and say, I just want to do whatever it takes to help the team. If that means changing position, that means changing positions. Guys, I want to end this, but as Paul says, we don't end very well. So let's do it this way. Everybody pick your player of the game from this week. Player of the game, and then we'll get out of here. I'm going to give not Jason, Kelvin. You're up there on the top, so you get first selection of your player of the game.
Without even thinking about it.
Yeah, I put you on the spot.
I think I already said Aaron Graves. I go Aaron Graves and Logan Jones were my defensive and offensive players of the game. So,
Jason.
The defensive backs for doing what they were all over the receivers. They just couldn't stop them from catching it. I do want to ask a question before we end this. Who was that tight end? AJ Derby. Never mind. I just remembered. Isn't his name AJ Derby? He played quarterback.
You came in as a quarterback, yeah.
They wanted to move him to tight end.
They wanted him to move to tight end, and he wouldn't do it, so he went to Arkansas and became a tight end. His brother was a tight end at Iowa. His brother was a tight end at Iowa, Zach Derby.
Yeah.
And then both of them left. But.
Yeah, but him transferring to a new school, and they put him in the same position that Iowa wanted to. We've heard this story before, guys. Tyrone Tracy Jr.
Yeah, same thing. Tyrone Tracy, exactly the same deal. But AJ turned into it. Well, so did Tyrone Tracy. He's an NFL running back. AJ Derby played in the NFL as a tight end for a little bit.
Oh, he did?
Not very long.
Yeah, guys, his father played for Iowa.
Coach him?
Could be.
No,
I think he
was
did.
Bielema the coach at Arkansas that got Derby?
I think so. Yeah.
And I also remember their father, John Derby, played for Iowa.
Parade All-American. That's when Barry Alvarez was there. We got a Parade All-American, first team All-American linebacker every single year. So Paul gets to pick his MVPs too, you know. But.
Yeah. Go ahead, Paul.
Player
You
of the
could have been
game.
thinking this whole time.
I'm going to go with Moulton. Moulton and Patterson. I thought they ran hard.
They did.
We just didn't give them enough carries in the second half.
Okay. I'm going with I got a couple here. I'm going with Moulton. I like his running. I'm going with Vander Zee because of the flawless pass that he made to our quarterback. I'm going with our quarterback. And finally,
How many
Vaname.
MVPs do you have, Dean?
I have 4. I took 4 MVPs, and they're all on offense because I'm not happy with our defense.
They gave
happy
up.
with our
Log
defense.
off.
They held a team to 360 yards that averages almost 600. They only gave up 26 points. You are just crazy about our defense.
Yeah.
Let's see how much.
I want the defense that we used to count on when no matter what teams were averaging, we would stop them cold in their tracks.
So who were your MVPs then?
Oh, God.
Reese Vander Zee.
Vander Zee, Mark, Moulton, and Vaname.
I don't think that's what Paul had in mind, but okay.
Yeah, I thought I cheated when I picked one on offense and one on defense, you know.
It's okay.
Right.
It's okay. Guys, this has been fun. This is fun, guys. We'll be back Tuesday night. If you made it this far, at least the live people are gone now. They're no longer with us. But if you're watching this on replay and you made it this far, don't forget to hit that subscription button.
We should send flowers to their wake.
Yeah, and count. Yeah, and share this out. Comment and share it out, boys. We love it all. Go Hawks. See you Tuesday night.
See you guys.